are three types of tea produced from Camellia sinensis: green tea, which undergoes no fermentation, oolong, which is semi-fermented, and black tea, which is fully fermented. The variety Assamica's high flavanol content would result in tea that is unpalatably bitter. Therefore, all green tea is made exclusively with Camellia sinensis of the variety sinensis. An initial heating process, which kills polyphenol oxidase, is used to keep the tea from fermenting. A small portion of green tea is ceremony tea powder, which is produced by plucking young leaves from artificially shaded parts of bushes, immediately steaming them, and then grinding them into a fine powder. The rest of the green tea is processed from unshaded tea leaves, young and old. The process is as follows: steaming for 3/4 to 1 minute, rolling at 90 to 110 degrees Celsius for 40 to 50 minutes, and then again for 15 minutes with no heat, drying for 30 to 40 minutes at 50 to 60 degrees Celsius, rolling again at 80 to 90 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes, and then drying at 80 degrees Celsius until the leaves are below 6% moisture. The leaves are then sieved to remove stalks and tea dust and dried once more. Pan-fired green tea is a much simpler process. The leaves are pan-fired at 250 to 300 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes, and then dried at 100 to 150 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes. Oolong tea is processed from the variety sinensis. Tea leaves are withered in the sun for 30 to 60 minutes and then brought into a room for 6 to 8 hours to complete the withering process, getting turned once every hour. During this fermentation, the leaves develop a reddish color as the flavanols are converted to theaflavins and theorubicins. The fermentation is stopped by pan-heating the leaves at 250 to 300 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. The leaves are then rolled and dried. Black tea is made exclusively from the variety Assamica. Sinensis is not suited for black tea because of its lower flavanol content. The more flavanol there is to convert, the more compounds that lend black tea its characteristic taste. There are 5 steps to processing black tea before it is ready to pack. The steps are withering, rolling, fermenting, drying, and sorting. This step reduces the leaves' moisture from 80% down to a range of 55 to 70%. The leaves are laid in a 20 cm thick layer on a wire mesh near the top of the steel trough, and a fan on either side circulates air in either direction through the leaves. The air temperature and flow rate must be carefully controlled. This step can take several hours, so it is usually done overnight for processing the next day. During the rolling step, leaves are cut into smaller pieces and curled. The CTC machine produces fine and uniform pieces less than 1 mm in size, which is ideal for tea bags. The orthodox method, which uses only rollers, produces rolled leaves up to 4 mm in size. The rolling process also aids in fermentation by bringing the enzymes polyphenol oxidase into contact with the flavanols. Fermentation requires oxygen as the flavanol conversion is an oxidation process. Current systems of fermentation involve moist air being circulated through the leaves to keep them moist. Fermentation results in black leaves. During the drying step, fermentation is stopped, and moisture in the leaves is reduced to 2.5 to 3.5%. And finally, in sorting, debris is first removed by sieves, magnets, and electrostatically charged rollers, before being sieved and sorted by size. The varying sizes correspond to the grades assigned. The black tea is finally ready to be packed and enjoyed.